Reading this one out loud. First post with a video. In Light. A missive from the front lines of the quest for the new old world. Day 19. No heroes, no anti-heroes. No gods, no demigods. No mortals, no kings. No peasants, no owners. No slaves, no Christs. No antichrists. Immortal sans ego, an infinite expression of oneness. Only this iteration of me, improving, like fine wine, some would say. I say, like the sag curry in a little restaurant in Ashland, where we are told they will be opening 30 minutes late. Upon our return, they ask us to wait 5 more minutes for the waiter to arrive. Our confusion becomes understanding. The owners speak English, but they fear not well enough to take our order. It held a spark of the divine, as did our hosts, as did the waiter, and his stories, and his understanding, and his questions, and his youth, and my dining partners, and her cynicism, and her softening, and her age, as did the bell that summoned him, like a dog, he said, to the kitchen when our food was ready. A promise that struck me in recovery is that of being restored to sanity. But I was never sane, I say, and people laugh at truth. It recalls shopping carts. Everyone, people say, would return a shopping cart to its stall. That is the measure of a good person. I think if I worked at a grocery store, that would be my favorite job. To gather the escaped shopping carts together. It would give me the most time in the outdoors, in the sun, wrangling lost things and reuniting them, slotting them together where they belong. People, I've been sad. People, I've been gone. Thank you, songs, for keeping me company. Thank you, fellow misfits, for keeping me company. If all were people, I couldn't exist. Thank you, kicked dog misfit, for sharing your brilliant life spark and entrusting me with your secret darkness and letting me hold it for you. Thank you, Earth Guardian Misfit, for holding connection to Mother and lifting me up when weakness strikes and allowing me to lift you in return, entrusting me with your singularity. Thank you, Reluctant Warrior Misfit, for modeling care. Thank you, Sunflower Witch Misfit, for your endless seeking and selfless sharing of wisdom. Thank you, Rooms, for showing me how to be in community and find common language and repair and return and nourish myself and release what does not serve. Thank you, Mother, for this deepening, burgeoning connection to Source, to truth, to love, to you, to before, to again. Let every creation be an offering. Let every moment spent in truth be a return. Keep showing and guiding, and I will keep following and flowing and breaking and rebuilding anew. How many breaks until my heart is all gold? No flesh and blood left. That is a thought of scarcity, not of abundance. Best beloved, the mother in me says to the maiden in me, I do not mend with gold. I mend with flesh and blood and vine and bark. My strength is the strength that will endure. Long after the floods and fires and meat and bones are wiped from this place. If my very body is knocked off its orbit, I will shapeshift and continue on. The birds know. They remember being dinosaurs, lumbering around. I gave them wings. Now you want to be them. I do, says the crone. I do, but not yet. First, I want to fly in mother form, in sage form, in warrior form. First, I want to eat your steel-cut oats with maple syrup poured from a mini maple-shaped bottle that someone gave you as a gift years ago, and pine nuts I purchased to make pesto with and have been snacking on. And I want to taste how strange and wonderful and soul-bendingly sacredly right they are together on just this one cold November morning, in your house, in a town, on the border of somewhere and nowhere, past and future perhaps, that you have here just for me, a house like the one I will have just for you when you need a rest from being everything to everyone. The oatmeal will remind me of a quiet, nourishing misfit and their gentle words and care. And I will call them, and I hope my call will nourish them, and we can continue to pass this light from soul to soul so that none of us have to fizzle out in darkness. Here's the show and tell piece. Isn't that cute? It was yummy too.